Hey, this is Ronald Jefferson with another topics video. This is from nowtheendbegins.com. I like this website. It's very good. The $2 trillion coronavirus stimulus bill mandates that a high-tech surveillance and data collection system be created to track U.S. citizens. That's what the article claims. President Donald Trump signed into law a sweeping stimulus bill that will pump emergency funding into the CDC to combat the coronavirus, including a surveillance and tracking system to gather data on how the virus is spreading. Oh, I see what they're saying now. Now the other pieces of this coronavirus global pandemic puzzle are starting to fall into place, as you saw immediately from the headline. In the name of fighting the invisible enemy of the coronavirus, the CDC now has the funding to create a real-time surveillance and data collection system that will monitor all Americans, not just those sick from the coronavirus. All the other countries of the world are doing the same thing. And guess what? At some point, all the tracking systems of each individual country will be connected as a net across the whole world. No point in letting a good crisis go to waste, right? I remember that. Was that Robert Manuel, man? I think it was him. Like, who says that? Only a despot. A satanic narcissist would say something like that. Never let a good crisis go to waste. Who is thinking like that in a crisis? You're thinking about surviving and your family and your friends, your loved ones surviving. And the elites, well, we got to make the most of this. People, we live in an amazing time if you believe the Bible. We live in an amazing time if you believe the Bible. We get to watch the actual New World Order come into being. Yes, this is the same New World Order spoken up in secret for decades by the Bilderberg Group. The same New World Order that James Paul Walberg told the U.S. Senate was coming. And the same New World Order the United States President George H.W. Bush told us was coming when he announced it on September 11, 1991. Welcome to the New World Order. You'll have to excuse me, though. I have a flight to catch. It's like this. He ain't even get to see it while he was talking about that New World Order stuff. A lot of them not going to get to see it. They so old, but look how long they live. Like the one I think it was a Rockefeller. He died, I forgot which Rockefeller. He died last year, I believe, like early last year. He had like 8 or 9 heart transplants. It's like, what? They should not let you do that. They wouldn't do that for me. They wouldn't give the average person that many heart transplants. And every life is equal, not to this system that controls the world. Not to the kingdom of darkness. Every life and every soul is not equal. The CDC will launch a new surveillance and data collection system to track the spread of coronavirus in the U.S. From Business Insider. The CDC's new funding is part of an emergency stimulus package that provides $2 trillion in funding to boost government health programs and stabilize the American economy during the coronavirus crisis. Of the funding allocated to the CDC, the stimulus sets aside at least $500 million for public health data surveillance and modernizing the analytics infrastructure. The CDC must report on the development of a surveillance and data collection system within the next 30 days. While it's not clear what form that surveillance system will take, the federal government has reportedly expressed interest in aggregating data that can be gleaned from tech platforms and smartphone use to monitor movement patterns. Wow. And I'm watching Adam Curry on Joe Rogan. He got a flip phone. And it's like, you see that? They will use your smartphone to track you. See, hearing that? Hearing that, we already know they're doing that. But it's like, for them just to come out and say that, that's arrogant. We're gonna use a device you pay for that you don't need. All you need is a laptop. You can get a house phone. And it's, when you get home, answer phone calls off your answering machine. It makes me want to do that. Everybody who knows something, we know some changes are definitely coming after this. This is like 9/11, and that surveillance state that was introduced. We don't know what it exactly is going to be. We have no clue. And listen to speculation. Because some of the things they say may happen. But don't ever take anybody for what they say about this corona thing. If they talk absolute about it like they know, don't believe them. A lying spirit is in them. A lying spirit is in them. Because best believe they're going to be wrong. They may be right on some things, but they'll be wrong though. Because now if God is speaking to you, if you are a prophet of God foretelling the future, you'll never be wrong. And I do believe those people are out there, but I don't know who they are. Other countries have already turned to high-tech surveillance systems in an attempt to curb the spread of coronavirus. China rolled out a mandatory smartphone app that asks citizens questions. Mandatory smartphone app? Mandatory? What? I wish they would. I wouldn't have a smartphone. I don't use that. That asset, they could check your phone, I guess, when they pull you over under certain circumstances. It's like, wow, how can they? This is my private device. You need a warrant, at least get a warrant. You know what I'm saying? That asks citizens questions about their level of exposure to people who have demonstrated symptoms and automatically orders certain users to quarantine themselves. Singapore has issued a similar app that uses Bluetooth to detect people's proximity to those who have been exposed to coronavirus and warns them to get tested if they come in close contact. Wow. Talk about labeling. If I have coronavirus, what makes you think I want everybody to know that? That's my right to privacy. That's doctor-patient confidentiality. You're just going against that. That's between me and my doctor. If launched in the U.S., a smartphone app for tracking people's health would have to comply with privacy laws like HIPAA, which prevents the sharing of people's health information between hospitals, the government, and third parties. More broadly, a CDC surveillance system could aim to help the U.S. speed up testing for people who are at the most risk of COVID-19. The U.S. lags behind most other developed countries in coronavirus testing. How? But we lead the world in military weaponry. I bet we lead that. Now the end begins is your frontline defense against the rising tide of darkness in the last days before the rapture of the church. I don't think they should be talking like that because, let me tell you, the rapture, I'm a pre-trib rapture believer too. That is going to be a unique event for a very special people who are in grave danger of the beast. Not just the beast system is of the Antichrist himself, the beast of Revelation. They're going to be saved from him. They're going to be saved from no. It makes me really sad because these people, it's like, what Bible are y'all reading? What Bible are y'all reading? This to jump to the last. Okay, it's been the last days for 2,000 years though. It could be another 1,000 years, another 2,000 years, which is that's what that would be. It's been 6,000 years, I guess, if you trace the genealogy from Genesis. It's been 6,000 years since man been created. Another 4,000, that's 10,000. That's only 10 days to God. That God's on a totally different time continuum to us. We are in a rush. That's to save us from the Antichrist. When he commits I believe, this is what I believe. When he goes in the temple of God and say he God and set up his image and stuff, that's when we out of here. Because that's when he loses it. That's when he is. I don't know what happens to this man. He also heals from that head wound. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's when he turns against man, when they try to kill him. That would make you angry, somebody trying to take your life. But then I want you to go on Wikipedia. I should have did this, but I didn't know this was going to come up. The dying and rising gods, man. Go on Wikipedia and Google that. I mean, on Wikipedia and look that up. The dying and rising gods. Because you know Jesus is a dying and rising God. But there's been others. Now, I don't think they've been real, but they could have been real. I don't believe they were. I think Satan's lying. But I believe there's only one dying and rising God, and that's Jesus Christ. But there's about 30 of them all over the world. Look that up. When you contribute to the... Oh, okay, this is about fundraising. If you want to give to nowtheendbegins.com, that's their website. I'm not going to read that. But what do you think about this article? I mean, is anybody else talking about this? That there's a basically a surveillance package and a stimulus package. Regardless of what they say, we are dealing with the satanic system. You know, people talk about white supremacy on MoFax and Adam. We're talking about black identity extremists. People talk about the synagogue of Satan. They talk about only the Jews, though. I think which is a way to be anti-Semitic, using God to be anti-Semitic. Because those who know, we know of Ephesians 6:12, that our struggles are not against the image of God. Because we are the image of God. Even the most ugliest, fattest ones of us, the most handicapped one of us, we are all the image of God. And our struggle is not against each other. We are a righteous creation. But there is sin and demonic oppression and even possession and demonic attacks. They will attack you directly and let you know it's them. They will not hide it. If you outside the matrix, man. If you outside the matrix. Remember outside the matrix in that movie, it was real, dog. That was the real world, though, and it was not a happy place. And it was like a place of where them robots just walked around in their normal form, attacking whoever they wanted. Destroying the cities the humans created. But in the matrix, which was a lie, you know, it was the pursuit of happiness. You know what I'm saying? On that note, this is Ronald Jefferson. Like, share, and subscribe. Tell me what you think, and I'm out.